I stopped by the town of Bartlett, Texas when I was driving up to play some music at Wilson Valley Mercantile. Bartlett is regarded as a ghost town based on what the Main Street strip looks like. Bartlett is located about 50 miles north of Austin, so it can take about an hour to drive there, and the town population today is in the mid-1000s. Although the town population reached its peak all the way back in 1914 when it was 2,200 people. And that's why this historic, western-looking downtown strip has a dilapidated and abandoned feel today, which has many folks as regarding it as having a look of a ghost town. Bartlett was founded in 1881, and there were multiple businesses here in that time. There was 4 churches and a school and a bank and a newspapers. Then the railroad came through in 1904, where they had a depot located here. They were big on shipping for cotton and grain and livestock, and that's what contributed to the population peak that happened there in 1914. But the cotton industry declined in the 1920s and 30s, and then the railroad depot closed up. Today, it's a mostly Hispanic town, and some folks believe that it might have the possibility to grow because of its proximity to Austin, and they've actually turned their old historic bank building into an Airbnb. And the footage that I am showing here is of that historic downtown Main Street strip, where you can see the abandoned look of some of these buildings here that make it look like a ghost town. But they do have lots for lease, and they do have a few businesses here within many of these buildings that were built back into the early 1900s. You could see the rundown and historic small town look to this area, that old country western appearance. Some of these buildings are quite dilapidated, lacking roofs and falling apart, but they also have signs of revitalization going on. They used to have more grocery shopping and local and independent stores right here downtown. That changed with the big box stores where people can buy all the things that they need in that one convenient spot. They used to have antiques down here too, and now the antique stores really aren't thriving out here on this strip either. They also have a history of corruption among public officials in this town, which has contributed to how this area is somewhat struggling. But the classic and vacant look to the place has brought Hollywood filming here. They filmed the movie Newton Boys here, as well as episodes of the Paramount series of 1923, that Yellowstone spinoff. You can find public art on many of the buildings, including advertisements that you used to see up on buildings for things like Coca-Cola. They have those here, and they're fully painted like they would have looked back in those days. So overall, there are perceptions of this place as a ghost town and being run down, but there's a sizable amount of people who do live here, and there's an opportunity for transition and more revitalization. After checking out this really interesting little town of Bartlett, I made it up the road 20 minutes to Wilson Valley Mercantile, where I had a good time playing music. Wilson Valley Mercantile is Bell County's only legal distillery, and they've got beef raised right here at Evans Ranch, so they could sell you some beef too. So after playing some music there, I made my way down the road back into Austin. It's a dusty road I traveled down, let me ride on out of this town, down the road that ends way too soon, but so far away from you. We're so far from those pawn shops and the places that you shouldn't go. We're so far from the other side of the river. We're so far from the liquor store. We're so gone, so long. We're stumbling down the stream, far away from you, far away from me. Thanks for checking out this video. I'm posting all about touring around Texas and the music scene around Texas here on my YouTube channel. You could click on my channel and check out those thumbnails and see which of those topics are interesting to you. Give those videos a view. Thanks for giving this video a view, and thank you for your support.